mental toughness of INFJs doesn't come from external displays of bravado in the same way that other personality types might exhibit. Instead, it emerges quietly and profoundly from the way they are wired to process life's difficulties, absorb meaning from their experiences, and endure challenges that might break others. One of the reasons INFJs are mentally tougher than most people is because of their deep sense of purpose. They rarely go through life casually. Everything they experience is filtered through a lens of meaning and significance. This ability to assign purpose to their struggles gives them the capacity to endure hardship with a sense that is not in vain. Where some might crumble under adversity because they cannot reconcile the suffering with their broader life path, INFJs are capable of finding patterns, lessons, and even spiritual growth in their darkest moments. This meaning-making ability transforms pain into resilience, allowing them to recover, adapt, and even grow stronger after facing challenges that would overwhelm others. If you want to truly understand yourself and unlock your full potential as an INFJ, check out the INFJ Playbook today. The link is in the description of this video. Their empathy is another source of their toughness. Because INFJs feel deeply for others, they are constantly managing a flood of emotions, both their own and those they absorb from people around them. To live with this heightened emotional awareness requires a kind of mental endurance that many people never develop. They may not appear loud or aggressive when facing pressure, but their quiet ability to carry the weight of other people's emotions without losing their own identity is a testament to extraordinary resilience. This ability doesn't mean they are unaffected. INFJs certainly feel the exhaustion that comes with deep empathy, but it means they learn how to function, persist, and maintain stability in environments where emotional chaos is the norm. Such emotional stamina makes them remarkably tough in ways that aren't always obvious. Another thing that makes them very tough is their inner independence. INFJs spend a great deal of time reflecting inwardly, consulting their inner compass rather than constantly relying on external validation. This makes them mentally strong because their decisions are not easily swayed by societal pressures or fleeting trends. Their introverted intuition grants them the ability to see beyond the surface of situations, anticipating outcomes and discerning hidden truths. This foresight allows them to stay steady when others panic or lose direction. They can see the bigger picture, and this broader perspective acts as a shield against despair. Even in chaotic times, an INFJ often knows deep down that the storm is temporary and that enduring it will eventually lead to clarity and growth. This trust in their inner vision anchors them in ways that provide extraordinary resilience. INFJs are also mentally tough because of the sheer endurance they have in balancing their duality, the constant tension between their idealism and the harshness of reality. They are visionaries who dream of a better world, yet they must function in a society that often seems indifferent or even hostile to those dreams. To hold on to their ideals without giving in to cynicism requires a form of quiet courage. Many people abandon their deepest values when faced with repeated disappointments, but INFJs are known to keep faith in humanity and in their personal mission, even after enduring betrayal, misunderstanding, and failure. This refusal to let the darker aspects of life poison their hope is a subtle but incredibly powerful form of toughness. They can also endure isolation. INFJs are often misunderstood, sometimes feeling like outsiders even in their closest circles. While loneliness is one of the greatest struggles they face, it also becomes a crucible through which they develop resilience. Learning to walk alone, to trust themselves when no one else seems to understand, strengthens their mental endurance. They discover how to nurture themselves, draw strength from solitude, and maintain their inner fire without constant affirmation from others. This ability to thrive, even when they feel alienated, is one of the greatest demonstrations of their toughness, because it shows that they can withstand one of the most difficult human experiences, being unseen and misunderstood, without allowing it to extinguish their light. Another often overlooked aspect of INFJ toughness is their adaptability under pressure. Despite their reputation for being planners and idealists, INFJs are capable of incredible flexibility when circumstances demand it. Their intuition allows them to read situations quickly and adjust their approach in real time. They might not enjoy abrupt changes, but when forced into them, they adapt with surprising grace. This ability to survive and even thrive in unexpected circumstances comes from their capacity to think abstractly, anticipate multiple outcomes, and pivot accordingly. Where others might panic in the face of sudden uncertainty, INFJs often surprise themselves with their ability to remain grounded and keep moving forward. Even their compassion itself is a source of strength. Because they care deeply about others, they often find strength not only for themselves, but also for the people they love or the causes they believe in. When faced with adversity, many INFJs draw upon their desire to protect, uplift, or heal others as a motivating force to persevere. This outward focus gives them stamina that can outlast self-centered motivations. They may endure situations far longer than they would for themselves, simply because they feel a responsibility to serve or safeguard others. In this sense, their mental toughness is intimately tied to their altruism, which fuels their willpower when their own reserves might otherwise run dry. They are also capable of keeping their inner world intact while navigating a world that rarely mirrors their values. They may be battered by external circumstances, but they rarely let go of their inner vision of truth, beauty, and meaning. This integrity to themselves, this refusal to compromise the deepest parts of who they are, shows a resilience that is both quiet and unshakable. Their strength is not always obvious because it doesn't always take the form of physical endurance or overt defiance. Instead, it is the strength of someone who has weathered countless storms of misunderstanding, loneliness, and inner conflict, yet still rises each day with a commitment to live authentically. Another key element of INFJ toughness is their ability to forgive and let go, even when deeply wronged. Forgiveness may seem soft, but in reality, it requires incredible strength. Holding grudges or seeking revenge may feel powerful in the short term, but true power lies in releasing bitterness so it does not consume the soul. INFJs, with their empathetic hearts, often choose to release anger rather than let it control them. They understand that clinging to resentment is corrosive, and they deliberately choose peace, even when it costs them. This ability to let go is not weakness. It is evidence of a strong, disciplined mind that prioritizes inner harmony over endless cycles of pain. INFJs also demonstrate toughness in the way they handle rejection and misunderstanding. Because they are rare and often enigmatic, they are frequently misinterpreted by others. Their ideas may be dismissed, their sensitivity may be ridiculed, and their depth may be seen as excessive. Yet they continue to move forward despite this lack of recognition. They learn early that not everyone will understand them, and instead of crumbling under the weight of constant misinterpretation, they develop an ability to stand strong in their truth, even when they are alone in it. This is not the toughness of someone who doesn't care what others think. It is the toughness of someone who cares deeply, but still chooses authenticity over conformity. Their toughness is also rooted in how they deal with their inner battles. INFJs live with constant internal dialogue, often wrestling with questions of morality, purpose, and identity. This kind of deep self-examination can be exhausting, but it also builds resilience. They are forced to confront their own shadows, insecurities, and doubts more often than most people, because they cannot ignore them. While some personalities may distract themselves or escape from inner conflict, INFJs face it head-on in their private moments. They come out of these struggles with a clarity and fortitude that others might never develop, because they have learned to coexist with their vulnerabilities without letting them define or destroy them. The mental toughness of INFJs is also anchored in their hope. Despite all the trials they face, the loneliness, the emotional weight, the misunderstood intentions, they remain among the most hopeful personalities. Their hope is not naive, it is hard-earned. It comes from having seen darkness, yet choosing to believe in light, from experiencing betrayal, yet continuing to believe in love, from facing disappointment, yet still holding on to faith in tomorrow. This enduring hope allows them to rise after every fall, to continue dreaming even after dreams have been shattered, and to keep giving even after they've been emptied. Hope, for the INFJ, is not a luxury, but a survival tool, and wielding it day after day shows a mental resilience that few can match. INFJs also demonstrate toughness in the way they transform pain into creativity. Many of them channel their most difficult experiences into art, writing, advocacy, or service. Instead of allowing pain to remain stagnant inside them, they turn it into something meaningful, something that speaks to others and brings comfort or clarity. This process requires immense mental strength because it involves revisiting wounds without being consumed by them. To translate suffering into beauty or usefulness takes courage, discipline, and resilience. By creating from their struggles, they not only heal themselves, but also inspire others, which shows a depth of toughness that is both rare and extraordinary. They are also remarkably strong in their ability to commit to growth. INFJs rarely settle for remaining stagnant, even when comfort beckons. They have an innate drive to keep evolving, to refine themselves, and to rise above limitations. This relentless commitment to self-betterment means that they are constantly building layers of resilience, even when they do not consciously recognize it. Every lesson they learn, every challenge they endure, becomes another thread in the fabric of their toughness. Many people shy away from the discomfort of self-growth, but INFJs embrace it, even when it costs them relationships, stability, or temporary peace. Their willingness to pursue truth and authenticity at all costs shows a fortitude that surpasses what most people are prepared to endure. At the heart of their toughness is also their ability to protect their inner world. INFJs are private by nature, and this privacy is not merely shyness, but a defense mechanism that preserves their strength. They do not expose all of themselves to the world, and this guardedness allows them to recharge, heal, and rebuild in solitude. By safeguarding their inner sanctuary, they prevent external chaos from entirely breaking them down. This habit of retreating inward is often misunderstood as aloofness, but in reality, it is a strategic strength that keeps them mentally resilient. It means they can engage with a demanding, noisy world while still having a safe, unshakable core that no one can fully touch. Another dimension of their toughness is shown in their relationships. INFJs are deeply loyal, and they often invest themselves fully in the people they care about. This devotion requires resilience, because people are complex and imperfect, and loyalty inevitably comes with disappointments. Yet even when faced with betrayal, misunderstandings, or loss, INFJs have a remarkable ability to grieve, learn, and move forward without losing their faith in love itself. Where others might become jaded and unwilling to risk vulnerability again, INFJs often remain willing to love with intensity and sincerity. This ability to continue loving despite wounds is not weakness. It is a profound kind of toughness that refuses to let pain dictate the terms of their future connections. INFJs make a commitment to remain authentic, even when it costs them. They often know that being true to themselves will mean being misunderstood, judged, or even rejected, yet they still choose authenticity over conformity. This kind of courage requires extraordinary resilience, because it often places them in positions of vulnerability. But for INFJs, betraying themselves will be far more destructive than facing external disapproval. Their mental toughness is therefore tied not only to their ability to endure hardship, but to their willingness to prioritize truth over comfort. They carry the strength of individuals who, no matter how battered by life, refuse to lose sight of who they are. INFJs are mentally tougher than most people, not because they are immune to pain or struggle, but because they endure it with grace, transform it into wisdom, and continue to walk their unique path despite all odds. Their strength lies in their depth, their empathy, their vision, and their integrity. They carry a toughness that is not loud but profound, not flashy but unbreakable. If you want to truly understand yourself and unlock your full potential as an INFJ, check out the INFJ Playbook today. The link is in the description of this video.